Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dancing Oracle with Najia. I'm a psychic medium, and our lovely guest, Linda G, the Comanche psychic, is joining us today for part two to answer your questions from last week. She wasn't well, she had to get off. And guess what? I forgot to mention I have a holiday special for my deep dive psychic phone readings. It's $50 off. I'm going to keep that up for a little longer. And I still have until January 2nd the $75 readings available, the mini reads. And I have a class on Claire Audience on Zoom on February 1st at 7 p.m. Eastern. I did that a month ago. Everybody in the class, it's a small class, saw the auras within 5 minutes after we did it. I was in shock. Thank you, Linda, for joining us. Here she is.
Sure, sure. Hi,
We're both
everybody.
we're both wearing our holiday colors.
Yeah, yeah. Getting
Mm.
glad it's over. I hate to say this, but I was so sick, you guys. And now
Oh,
Mel is
honey.
sick. Usually I
Oh,
come on at 10 a.m., not live with Mel. But he was determined to do a show. So after
God
we're
bless him.
done, we're gonna do it with him.
The two of you bring a lot of comfort to people.
Thank you.
A lot, a lot. You know what? Can I ask you one thing before we start answering the questions that people wrote in specifically for you? And there's only one place, sorry, there's only one place to do that. It's before Linda comes on a week before, it's every other month. They're on my post page, community page, and I have to answer them right there because otherwise I can't find your questions. But Linda, I want to ask you, you know we're going through a wonderful new year
Yeah.
and many good things are going to happen. But we also see a lot of we're going through stuff still. More
Oh
more
yeah, we're going through stuff.
more stuff is coming up. And you've been through a lot of stuff personally. You've had a long daily, probably hourly, minute commitment to your guides. What would you tell everyone to help us through these times? Because
Get
you
out of your way.
get out of your way. Yeah,
Yeah, don't be so focused and worried and wondering if will I be able to get this or that or make money or whatever. You hand it over to the realm in faith and they will answer you every time.
they do. They do.
Is it
So
cold where you are?
it's so cold. It's been cold. We had 2 inches of ice a couple days ago, sheet of ice on my driveway. My beautiful Indian neighbors surprised me. Little, all girls, all little girls. And I mean, they're not big, strong men. And they shoveled my driveway and my sidewalk and everything.
Isn't
They did
that
that
sweet?
last. God bless them. I'm surrounded by the nicest people. People from Ethiopia across the street. They've made me food. Greek neighbors, Korean, everywhere, like Italian. I have a multicultural neighborhood. We had a Mexican, Colombian, Ecuadorian parade on Christmas Day down our street.
Oh, I love El Salvador food.
Oh my God, they all did dances right on my street. And we were worried they wouldn't do it in the climate that's going on. And they did it extra best, the best, the
Awesome.
best. And my neighbor was crying because it's really her, her street. But we watch it. So anyway, let me ask you some of the questions that were in
Sure.
the post on my post page that said, Ask Linda G your questions. And the first question is, should we still be creating a stockpile of food due to some even, sometimes people have spell check issues, but due to some even probably events, that's what she meant to say, event coming up. Didn't know if that event had passed with the food stamp delays earlier this year.
Well, yeah, because of ecological things, because of
Yeah.
weather related things. You should always have a couple of weeks, especially water.
I got I just want to say real quick because I'll let you answer most of them because of time limits. I got that. Yeah, definitely. Because of ecological, also shipping issues and always water. Just be smart. The pandemic was like a preparation to to help us prepare for things like this. We saw what happened.
Yeah,
It's only common sense, and rotate your food, grow some beautiful plants indoors to get your fresh greens. I do that. And it's good for the heart. It's good for the heart. Psychology, it's wonderful.
yeah,
So the next question is it possible that all of this awfulness happening is causing so many people to wake up
yeah.
and
Waking, the
discover their
awakening is
purpose?
happening. If you
And they're,
listen to Debbie Saku, who does Clarity Tarot,
oh, Deborah, oh,
Saku, who does Clarity, she's a
is she the one?
numerologist.
Yes, I love her. I didn't remember her name. She's really a cool
She's
person.
very cool. So
I
I
like.
think I'll have her, and I'm going to write her because we need to really know about the numbers coming into the new year.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a number for personal numerology for everybody,
Good.
Yeah, so oh, Linda, you're coming into your 2 year partnerships of all kinds, assessing your relationships. So probably some stuff ended and now new things will begin. You'll be more aware of like who you really want in your life. I hope it's me. Debbie. But anyway, all right. So that was from Happy is my superpower 1111 and Mod C. Thank you for your question. Martha just sends her love and butterflies for transformation. Candy says, "Will we ever feel carefree again, or is high anxiety the new
Well,
normal?"
we tend to run on anxiety. Even back when I was young, it was Russia and nukes. We had to do nuke events, go under desks. We had to do earthquake events, pretend like there was a big earthquake. There's always something. The key is to get out of your own way. The key is to be knowing that, it's like with me with cancer. Horrible diagnosis, but yet it exacerbated my abilities.
I think of you as a single mother going through that.
Yeah, but there's a lot. Listen, when I went, I wouldn't go to the group outings they had from Kaiser for other women that were cancer like me. They were
Hmm.
way younger than me.
Oh,
Beautiful
really?
young women who were bald, who had these young babies, and they had the cancer that spread. I was very lucky. Mine hadn't spread.
God bless you, and God bless all of us for having
But
you here.
it was too depressing. It was just too depressing. In order to focus, it's not that I didn't care about them and I prayed for them too, but in order for me to focus, I had to focus on getting well. And then that's where I had the event up in the mountain.
Yeah, I got although things may be difficult because everything changes, we're going to have nurturing energy coming our way.
In the
Mother,
middle of this next year, and I'm going to do my 2026 predictions, people are going to be surprised how finally we're looking at some wonderfulness.
I hope so, man. We deserve it. We deserve like
Well,
after 10 years of trauma.
he's just ruining it as much as he can. I don't know why Zelensky bothered to show up. It's much ado about nothing going nowhere. And he was on the phone with Putin for 2 hours. By the way, we'll never see what they talked about because that's how he rolls. He doesn't let you keep the records or anything.
Yeah, I know. I know. So, another question is, any large earthquakes coming soon for the West Coast?
Well, I
That's
feel
from
West
Kimberly.
Coast, and the predictions I said last year did come true up near Alaska in Canada.
Hmm.
But it's very hard, and it's weird. The realm doesn't want us standing around focusing on is the earthquake coming? Is the earthquake? I don't see Armageddon,
Yeah.
but I do see a good shake that'll wake everybody up, and then the news will cover it for forever.
yeah, things will still be in many places livable, and people have to, just prepare for temporary or,
Get your 2 weeks,
moves.
and I just feel, I was in Loma Prieta where everything was shut down. I still had power, which was very unusual.
God bless, you're lucky.
But, it was a lot of heartache. It was, people were crushed in that overthink. The thing is, as a hospital that I worked at,
Yeah.
we kept waiting for tons and tons of people to come. And just
But it
like
was
nine
okay.
11, when that guy said, "Where are all the patients?" And he said, no one's come. They were all
Wow.
incinerated in the buildings.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I know. But remember, and here's part of it, and I don't want to be like just poo poo. Life is wonderful. We all have a desire to live. But connecting on the other side, if you've seen what I've seen, and those of our loved ones who I've talked to who are over there, it's like so beautiful.
Yeah. Then
It really isn't as god awful scary. Of course, we don't want to leave here because our loved ones are here and stuff. But the love over there is 1,000 times bigger.
and I think as these things happen and we think about them, we have to live our lives with other people, not having any regrets. Because
Right.
when we pass or they pass, we come into our higher being, our fuller self, we come into more of who we really are. It's going to be so much better. But the thing is, if you're left behind or if someone else is left behind, you want things to be good,
Yeah.
between you. I mean,
Well,
I
also be careful. What do you mean good? Good in a human ego sense or in a
I
spiritual
think
sense?
I think to show the love and accept the love where possible. Like, I was in the hospital for a couple days and I have all these MAGA relatives. And one couldn't have been nicer. I mean, we're not close, but she made sure she took me. She stayed there for hours. She came back after she walked her dog. I can't discount people. They're good people. People, I look at them like they have a bad boyfriend and we're waiting for the breakup.
Yeah.
We all want truth, okay? Can we all say we want truth? So listen, someone else is asking the same thing about earthquakes, but in Utah, and that is Denise McCullen. Do you see any?
I don't pick up Utah at all.
Okay, and she says she hopes you're feeling better
Oh, thank you.
and that you're beautiful. You're a beautiful soul, and
Oh, thank you. Thank you. But we all are good souls. And don't hang on so tightly. Don't live in fear. Oh, am I like, someone told me, well, that California is going to fall into the ocean.
yeah.
And just was just feverish about this. And
Mm,
everybody in their neighbor, because people who listen to me don't want to live in the Debbie Downer atmosphere. They want to know that what the guides told me when they said I was going to do this show is that you need to calm them down
yeah,
and let them know that, I mean, the worst thing can happen is death. I mean, as it now, if you're reading social media, there's people who can't get their cancer, their chemo, nothing. There's people dying, young people dying because of this guy.
I
He's got
know.
such a price to pay. It's not even funny.
He really does. I hope he sees it. Man.
No,
Yeah,
he
it's
doesn't see it. That's the
someday.
problem. There's a lot of people out there, especially when it deals with money, live in the ego self and they can't seem to disconnect from it
Linda,
until something major happens to them.
this money greed, it mystifies me. Anytime I have extra of something, I want to share. It's my first impulse. Look, I have extra of this. I want to share.
Yeah,
Make someone else happy. It's a double, like I get happy, they get happy.
right.
I don't understand wanting to hoard away from someone else, especially if they're poor and ill. I mean, to me, I don't know what kind of, it's like, are they human? You know?
Exactly.
Oh my
Exactly.
God. So, Noam, I mean, Janet TV says Noam, I don't know what this is about. Noem.
That's the
Has to,
gal that's in head ahead of this.
oh, the dress up
Chris,
one. Jesus. Jesus. Help us.
Christy,
Help
no,
us. Help us. God.
she's a very bad person.
No, she
You know
shot
what
her.
I heard? I heard a story about Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi's looking at some big trouble too. And that did you hear that when they went through the hurricane in Florida, she decided she wanted what's those big dogs that would carry the
The
water
hus
on her?
the Huskies? Oh, the
Not
St.
us.
Bernards.
She wanted a Saint Bernard and found one at the thing. And these kids were looking everywhere for their Saint Bernard and found out she adopted it from the center. They found out that they had given up her Saint, and they lost their parents too, by the way. So they asked for the Saint Bernard back, and she refused. So they sued her, and she held it up for 18 months in court, and she
Wow.
lost. By the way, she had to give the Saint Bernard back.
There's special places in hell for people like this.
But see
It's
how these
really
people are? It's
hard
so
to
ugly.
imagine they're human.
And let me tell you guys something. Everything you're hearing about Donald Trump, about what he's done to these young people, is all true. A long time ago, someone said, it's bad and it's going to be even worse when you guys find out really what the end of this is. I can't tell you, is this the final thing that takes him down? Because you know his people like la 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 la. But all of this will be out and it's bad.
You know what? My friend who ran for political office was contacted by one of the people that was traded with Epstein. So we're going to find out more about that.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're asking about her being, and she also asked, is Tom Holman as well going to be held accountable,
Yes,
as well as
absolutely.
Christy Nome? All right. Jill says, I love Jill Kaplan. I love when you two collaborate. Me too. Recent sightings of Melania do not look the same. There are pictures that are clearly her, and some that do not look like or sound like her. Does she have a body double that's been standing in for her? If so, where is the real one?
She's there.
Yeah, I'm
She
getting that
is.
she's there. She just has stuff
I think
done.
she's in New York a lot and Florida.
Yeah, I think she just keeps up with her beauty regimen and estheticians. I'm not when I see whoever, it's the soul of Melania, even if she looks different. So, Bob, digital artist, videographer, do you see a time coming when national and family level political divisions begin to soften or
Yes,
heal?
that's middle next year. We're going to start. Listen, also about Melania, they just found her on a website when she was 17 looking
What?
for sugar daddies.
Oh, yeah. Listen,
And she all the stuff about graduating from these colleges, all of it wasn't true.
I worked in the modeling industry for, 40 years. She didn't have a normal model card. Like everyone has these model cards where they actually do real model work for fashion and other things. There's people that call people models that go and entertain other men. And I've also, taught people dance that you know, had to go to these model parties, whether they're a cheerleader or an escort or a stripper. They were called models.
Yeah.
There's a difference between being a
Well, they're
fashion
trying to
model.
bring
Yeah.
somebody in there to act like the room smells like crap. Straight up crap, and you're trying to tell you, oh no, she's distinguished in this and that. No, she isn't. She's a pretty lady, but that's about it.
Yeah. By the way, when I worked in the modeling industry, I used to sit in the green room with Donald Trump's brother, Rob.
What was it?
Yeah, because he and his wife Blaine used to have a charity called God's Love Delivers, and they started it when the AIDS crisis started. Totally different than Donald. And they went and delivered food to all the AIDS victims, and then it later went to single mothers first and with cancer, then all the AIDS victims. They've been doing it since the 80s. Although he passed away and then he divorced.
Yeah.
I just got, listen, the blinders are coming off with the division when I pulled the card.
Good, good.
And so August Comp says, I live in Northeast Arkansas. We were hit by a tornado in 2024. And since it seems that we've had ones that are closer and closer to home. Most homes here do not have shelters. Do you foresee any weather events we should be concerned about? I don't know how we could, but should we consider moving? That's a really hard personal question.
Arkansas, whereabouts in Arkansas?
Northwest. God bless you for being able to.
Is there any? There's going to be a lot of tornadoes hitting places they never hit before. No, they're going to be okay. And if something was coming, they'd get plenty of warning.
I got the messenger, which is the warning. And see, that's a swirling, but there's a blockage to the swirling. Isn't that beautiful?
That's beautiful.
Okay. Uh, Charlene Crease says, Hi, Linda. I'm worried about Trump starting a war, but I'm more worried about Vance. He's really crazy too.
Yeah. He's a nothing burger, though. You think they don't respect Trump? Wait till something happens to Trump. If Vance even stepped in those shoes for a minute, I see riots. I see people wanting him out. But I see part of the reason Trump will go down is because he's trying to start a war. What a bunch of crap with that Zelensky thing. That guy is such a. I have to ask, and I don't get the answer yet, but they'll tell me. Why did Zelensky even show? I almost feel like he does it because he's looking for anything to help his people.
He definitely is.
And the foreign agencies tend to feel more sympathetic for him when he does show up and the guy does nothing.
Absolutely.
Oh, we had a great meeting. No, you didn't. Let's talk shop.
Yeah. So Digital Artist says, will the medical insurance rates continue crisis improve or degrade?
It's going to degrade and it's going to go really bad. And then probably February, March, we're also getting ready to go into a real bad economic situation. Sort of like I thought was going to happen last year, but maybe more this year. It's not Armageddon like 2008, but it's close. You know, the manufacturing business is suffering more now than it has since 2007.
Absolutely, with
Yeah.
everything going on. All right,
Oh,
so
Trump just posted a page with all the government jobs he got rid of. Millions of jobs, and he's showing the chart and he's bragging about it like he should be. You guys should be real proud I got rid of government jobs. What an idiot.
anyway, so Maxine says the United States took a second oil tanker. What are your thoughts? Wow, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, they keep threatening to do something, but nobody's doing anything because they probably know he's itching for a war. He's itching.
He's itching for any distraction from Epstein. He's backed into a corner. So Digital Artist says post-Trump, do you I think do you see a time when nations begin forming new
Now, time
alliances?
frames are bad,
I know.
but I was talking to my guides this morning, and they were very clear that this is by this next year, we're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Now, I'm not saying it all changes on a dime, but it's going to change. And you will see the conversations taking place about term limits for Congress and the Senate. You're going to see
Mhm. Oh,
conversations
yeah.
taking place even about their health care and stuff, that why do they get fed and only work so many days a year and everybody else gets to suffer, you know. And there'll be a lot of work done on the Supreme Court.
Linda, this is the year that all the muck comes up to the surface
Yeah.
at the 9 year. Next year is new start. But guess what? In 2027 is the year of partnerships and alliances, number
Yes.
two. It's a really good
Wow,
collective
you know
energy.
what I saw, and I'll do on my 2026 prediction. I saw like people, the billionaires, being chopped
Yeah.
up, not
What?
physically.
No, but what do you mean? Like they're
Like they're kissing
companies?
everybody's butt. They're giving to all kinds of money to community things
Yeah.
because they are in big trouble and they know it. Anybody that's sucked up to the orange, whatever
Yeah.
he is, there's a price to pay. And
Absolutely.
did you see all those cancellations, including Lynn Miranda for uh, Hamilton? They canceled all the shows at the Kennedy Center.
I saw that. Whoa, that was wonderful.
It's wonderful. No, he's got nothing. But
You
Lee
know,
Rogers and I don't know. I don't even won't even listen for the football that I watched yesterday. Thank you to the 49ers. They had that Carrie. Is her name Carrie Underwood?
yeah.
She's an orange person.
Mm.
She was at his inaugural. Anyway, ever since I found out if you notice how you when people enjoy him and really like him, which usually you have to have money, and then the ones that don't have money are too stupid sometimes. But did you notice that you don't like them when you know they like him?
Well, yeah.
Like now, I'll
You feel differently. You feel
never
real
watch
different.
another Rocky movie because he loves Trump. He thinks he's the best president ever.
They're not my relative. I have no ties to them. I can just go.
Yeah, but her, I won't listen to her sing the theme song for the
You,
opening Sunday night football.
you,
Won't
you
turn her
can't.
on mute.
You can't after that. You can't. You know, um,
Now she complained to Trump because she couldn't get her hired help to stay because they were getting rid of them. They were taking them to jail, and she was all mad about that.
my God. So I want to just tell you what a very wise man, my father, used to say before he
What?
passed about people when they do wrong. He goes, just watch them. Give them enough rope so they can hang themselves.
Yeah.
He goes,
Well,
don't do
like Trump.
anything. Yeah, I think the universe is giving them all enough rope for them to hang themselves so that we see it very clearly. No doubt, right?
But we're so busy. Of course, it sells commercials, but we're so busy trying to figure this out. There's nothing to figure out. The guy's a whack job. He's a nothing burger.
I
He's a
don't-
whack job. And everybody's, oh, Trump did this and Trump stood here and Trump did. Well, get off Trump. It's okay. He's going down.
I, they're watching other stuff. I don't know how they can watch him and have a different reaction than me watching him.
He goes
But
up there and lies while breathing.
that's his whole
Best
life.
economy ever. I got stuck with the Biden. People are really tired of him doing the Biden thing. It's like, get off of that already.
I don't know. They're still blaming Obama.
But he's desensitizing us. He's making us kind of
He's
putting up with more because it's like a relative that just, that uncle that won't shut up, loves to talk about themselves.
well, we have to start also giving our energy to the future, what we envision.
But
You
you
know, we'll,
don't want to stand and think of the future. That's the key the guys were trying to tell me to tell
oh,
everybody. Don't always be focused on even predictions. I said, but why do I do predictions if you're against that? Why are you telling me to? They said because when we do, like when I saw COVID a
yeah.
year before it happened,
I remember that moment.
and I
You were an
wasn't even
angel heart.
tripping. I wasn't even tripping. I was like, oh, a real bad virus is coming around. And I see everybody wearing masks. And in a way, it's like they interrupted me to give that station identification. And I was
Hmm.
like trying to get through it so I could keep on with what I was doing. Little did we realize, in fact, it was the people who watched the show who said, Linda, you predicted this last year, August. And I'm like, I did?
I think
But
you
the
even said
reason they
Italy.
give me that stuff is because it kind of gives you, like Jesus would do some miracles. Not that I'm no Jesus, but it kind of gives you faith that this too shall pass. Because they're not Debbie Downers to me. They're not saying doom and gloom. They're saying it's going to be okay. When I said, why did he win? Why would this happen? And they said, first of all, man has free will. And second of all, um, his people need to see who he really is. And that's happening as we speak.
Yeah, they are.
Wait till after the first when people can't afford to go to the doctors.
The health insurance is a
This is
major,
really
major.
huge. And I told everybody back when this happened, this is huge. Huge.
Yeah, especially when people lose their job, they lose their regular insurance. And then they have to use the affordable care, you know?
Yeah. Well, California has some backup and stuff, but I feel sorry for the red states.
You got to see the light. So, Pathagrove says, can you please see what you feel will happen with the great increase in insurance premiums? You're talking Medicare premiums are deducted from our Social Security plus all other supplemental and prescription insurance premiums. Well, yeah, affects everything. We'll also have a high increase. I know it's different for everyone, but just my prescription alone is over doubled. So a lot of people will struggle to afford and maybe be without. Surely they can see something has to be done or blowback is going to be unreal.
Oh, and you will see people on the streets. That's my theme for 2026.
It's
People will
all
be with the pitchforks marching on the street.
it's already started happening when he announced it. I have a friend who is a doctor. And she said so many hospitals in remote areas were closing because they know they're not going to have the funds to support
Yeah,
them. They started closing months ago and firing doctors,
yeah,
laying them off. Happens
yeah. And
before
and
but yeah.
my Social Security, Medicare or whatever it is, another $300 just for that. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Fortunately, I can bite the
Yeah.
bullet, but yeah.
But
Like my
that's
son is works for the county for Marin. He's got a nice job, and I said, son, and it's a job that you tend to stay there,
yeah.
like I did. I worked for the county, and
Yeah.
I said, son,
Thank
you're
God.
so lucky that you have a job that gives you, you have. He gets to work from home a few days a week.
Wow.
He has good insurance, dental, everything. Stay with it, son.
Yeah, that very important. If you do have something like that for
And he likes the
now,
job too. That helps.
that's a huge help.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a good question from Chigonava. Is there a possibility that Trump might resign? Ooh, ooh,
I don't see him lasting through this next year, but I think it's because we get turned blue, and blue starts up all the stuff because he's already looking for exits. He's looking for exits, and he's thinking he's going to go to Saudi Arabia. Maybe they'll even say no when he decides to do it. But he's barking up the wrong tree. He's trying to start some stuff with Iran. He's got what's the three demons are all going down this next year. Putin, Netanyahu, and Trump.
wow. Thank God. Yes.
And
Next year is going to be a
Netanyahu is
major.
at Mar-Lago. And let me tell you, that I didn't realize how bad it was with this Netanyahu and his gang, and how they get information on people, and how states, this one state said, we've noticed we were paying $4 million to Israel. Why are we doing that? We could use
Yes,
it for our people. And a big fit happened, and they said, you better keep sending it to us. In
you're
the
paying.
meantime, the people in Israel, full health care, everything is
Yes,
covered.
you're paying for their health insurance and you can't afford your own.
That's going to change, by the way.
Please God. Yeah, we just have a couple questions left, Linda.
Okay, good.
So we're perfect. So, hello, Linda. I'm not sure what this means. Did Grouchy send a litter of three my way? They are very loving and seem to. I think she's talking about a cat or
I
something. I
have
don't
no
know.
idea. That's a
Well,
personal
it's a
question too.
political. Yeah, it's a personal, and we can't quite. I don't
I
know if
got to get a
Grouchy
hold of
was.
Annette. Her and I like to do a little day. I'll get a hold of her.
Oh, God bless Annette.
She
All
had
right,
her
last.
first Christmas without her husband.
I know. I was thinking about her, but
She's
thank
such
God
a
for her
sweet.
daughter.
Yeah,
I want to have her on. I just been giving her space to get,
yeah.
I
Well,
don't want to
now we got to
overwhelm
pull
her.
her in. Yeah.
Okay, we go to pull her in. I'm going to have her talk about her. Anyway, I have something special, different. Ron DeForest says, just wondering your thoughts on this. Since we're all souls having a human experience and everything is a form of energy with high enough frequency, can we take control of this life and alter things in the quantum level?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
remember, part of this. thing with the human form is that state of resistance. Actually, resistance and all this turmoil, wars and stuff, expand us, make us higher vibrationally. So even though we've gone through centuries of heartache and heartbreak, we are becoming more and more enlightened. So, and if you could just get out of your own way, like I always say, if you could see what I see and feel what I feel, you wouldn't, we have too much interference, too much television, social media, too much interference. If you just breathe those 3 breaths, like Eckhart Tolle talks about, every day, 3 deep breaths, you don't have to think of anything, go anywhere, and know that they are with you. They're here. I mean, the worst thing that can happen is you die, but that's not bad.
That's not bad. It's more
That's
like
not bad. So don't
unfinished.
live in fear, and thank them every day. Thank the universe for what you have. You'd be surprised the wonderful gifts you get. Not that you're doing it for gifts, but the wonderful things that happen for you because you're in a period of grace. And pray for others. That really helps. There was somebody was talking about this person on a bus was dying, was going into cardiac arrest. And psychically, she came out of her body, and but right down from her was a woman who had all these angels around her and was golden and light. And she thought that was very curious. Well, that she came back. She died, she came back.
Yeah.
And she was still on the bus, and the paramedics were there. And she sees that woman, and she said, "Were you praying for me?" And she said, "Yes, I was." But she didn't get a chance to tell her, "I saw these angels around you." Listen,
So
they are there. They want to help you
oh
guys.
my God, they're there. I communicate with them and feel them and their presence come in on a regular basis. It's so wonderful. It keeps me going.
And
I
remember, if you get sick, if you have illness and stuff like that, like in my life, I've had things I've had to deal with. Sometimes it's karma. Sometimes it's something like I'll tell
yeah.
them, "Listen, I hope I served my duty, and I hope I don't have to go through this again." But sometimes it's karma. Sometimes there's certain things that, you say, "Well, if there's a God, why did that child get leukemia?" Sometimes it's something you agreed to before you got here.
Yeah, and it's not like a punishment as much as like a
No, well,
challenge to
like death's a
overcome.
punishment. Death is where it's happening. One day, all of us will be over there. You guys will be coming up to me saying, "Hey, girl, you're right. It's cool up here, and I love all you can eat, and you don't gain a pound."
I love that. Oh my God. So, thank you, Linda. I know
Thank
you
you,
got to
honey.
go on with Mel.
I'm gonna poor Mel. You guys, he was so sick these past couple of days. If he's feeling good enough to do the show, he's doing better than me because I was really sick for 10 days. Even when I tried to do the show with you, I was
I
having
know. And sorry I kept you on too long. I kind of thought, oh, maybe you can't tap in psychically. And then I kept talking. I apologize.
yeah. Listen, I got the castor oil you told me to get.
Oh, the hexan-free organic cold
No,
press.
just castor oil from Safeway, just to
It's
put some on that spot. You guys, I have it. As a lot of you know, I had a MRI. Was it MRI or CT of my kidneys, and my left kidney has a bubble on it of fluid. It's not cancer, it's just fluid. But oh my God, it gives me such a state. It hurts so bad when I'm standing, sitting, walking. So I thought, I bet you if I get a nice heating pad and really crank it up and put it
yeah.
on that water that's back there, maybe it'll help dissipate it or something. So, and then you told me put castor oil over the skin. And so I put it on a higher at 4. Usually I only have it at 1 or 2. I put it on because I was trying the red dot too, and it didn't. It helped for a little bit, then it stopped.
Yeah. It's cumulative, the red
Yeah.
light
So,
therapy.
but I'll tell you, I got a break. Finally, I got a break because I was going to call the doctor and say this. My quality of life sucks.
And that's just one that I just talked to you last night.
Yeah,
I'm
my
that
quality
happened.
of life sucks. I'm actually comfortable. I went thus far through the day without struggling.
How's it feel right now?
Good, nothing.
Oh my God. And you've been sitting for a while. Yeah,
Yeah.
so castor oil can break up things that don't belong there. And it
But
also,
externally,
and
which is interesting.
yeah, and it goes deep and it's anti-inflammatory because heat can inflame, but heat with castor oil is what my doctor said, anti-inflammatory. And you need
Okay.
both because we don't
Yeah,
like
I'm
putting,
extremely, now I'm not going to mess with it. At the minute it starts hurting, I would do something, but still, I'm so grateful because I was going to call him today and say, I can't live like this. This is just, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't get comfortable.
I know
But
because
when
you're
I lay down, sure, but what can you do when you're laying down? You can't get to the fridge and get you something to eat. You actually have to
Linda.
get up and go to the fridge and get something to eat.
Remember what I said about our astrology? Ask Ness and Andre
Yeah.
more about this, but we've had several months of opposition in our sixth house to our sixth house from Pisces in Saturn. It's going to
Ah,
leave. It's going to leave. Look, we're going to get relief. It's going to leave around, I think February 20th is when it leaves.
and it's
And it
going
goes
into Aries.
yeah, but it won't be on our sixth house of health. And opposition is opposition, to our health and work and service, not being like I haven't been able to do as much work because of all this health
Yeah,
heart
it's
surgery and
interrupting.
everything.
Exactly. Me too.
Interrupting. I was
Yeah.
supposed to get together with Annette. I couldn't, I'm committed to you. God bless you. And
Thank you.
I was you're such a treasure in so many ways.
Thank you, honey. So are you.
Thank you from all of us who write in and love you and go get healthy. Go take a rest before
Thank
Mel
you.
if
And
you need.
I'll get on with Mel and we'll see how he does today.
God
I'll
bless you.
tell
And
him you
I'm
said hi.
I tell him I said hi, big hugs. And I'll also I just thank you. And
Thank you,
I'm
honey.
gonna stay on afterwards after Linda leaves and tell my audience a few things if you want to hear. All right.
Okay.
You take
Bye,
care.
you
Thank you,
guys.
Linda. Oh, God
Thanks.
bless you.
Bless
Bye.
you. Cheers.
Okay, bye. Thank you, everybody who joined me and Linda today for part two, answering your questions. I just want to thank everybody that bought my niece's candles to help the animal rescue, the Mia Bella candles. And if you want to get them, they just tell me in the comments. But if you want to help my channel and me, I actually have someone to talk about that actually helps, that also benefits sea otters, these beautiful bracelets. And they have other things besides bracelets, but they sent this to me to show everybody. And this one is citrine, and they come in this beautiful box, right? With a card that tells you about citrine. And it reads, everything I need to be successful is within me. Since we're starting the new year, I think it's good to set these intentions of prosperity and to align with this, to go with our solar plexus and root chakra. And they come in this beautiful magnetic box. So they make amazing gifts if anybody's birthday is coming up. They are the highest quality stone I can, and they custom fit to your wrist. They're not like the ones you get on Amazon. God, they're really beautiful. There's many colors, many stones to choose from, a variety. And I get about 15% of sales. You get anywhere from 20 to 30% off with the coupon code that I will put in my description box. And I'll also try to pin it in one of the comments, along with the special on my readings, on my deep dive phone readings, where I help people shift their energy. I see what you're creating in the near and distant future, what's going on, what your angels and guides are telling you. Sometimes your loved ones come through, even though I'm a medium, that only happens maybe 20% of the time. Um, I'm really good contacting your various guides and helping you with that. That's my specialty, delivering the messages from them and through all my different clairs. So yeah, thought I like to help other people who sent me gifts. Jenny sent me the moon mug. She makes these. She makes many mugs, so I can send you her website if you tell me in the comments. Same with the animal rescue for the 80-hour candles. This one's Nak Champa. The first candle I've ever burnt that lasts and doesn't make me cough, which is very bad for asthma. So thank you all for joining us, and I will be on Linda's channel next month, and I'm going to have on Tom. Tom was going to come on today, but since I was in the hospital the last couple days, I needed to sleep late. And I believe he will be on New Year's Day with the 2026 predictions and to see what's happening. And not just predictions, but like messages from his guides, from his guide to help people navigate change and what they should do. Because all of us are, you know, have a little bit of anxiety. And the most important thing to do when you are worried about anything is to go into faith and to go into high frequency, high frequency. The more you raise your vibration, the more you draw the best possible outcome because the universe is going to match your energy. Do you understand? Your energy attracts what happens in your life. So if you're like holding on like that, you're going to have an outcome that matches that. And you don't want that. That's why faith is so important. You know, you reach for the highest possible timeline. You go into gratitude. You think about, okay, because you know, you don't want to have a total fantasy about the future. You just want to go into the highest timeline. And because if you say the future has to be a certain way and it doesn't happen that way, then that works against you. But if you can just raise your frequency and go into the things that are happening now with gratitude, you look around at everything that is blessing you right now, and you really take it in and verbally say out loud or write it in a journal to look at later, to say out loud later. Because sometimes when we're doing gratitude exercises, you know, we may be in a doctor's office or something on our phone and writing a list. And then when we come home, when we have some quiet time, we can just read these beautiful things that are blessing us. And sometimes we block them out because we're so frantic in getting through life and getting through everything we have to do or worrying about it and all the trauma we've been going through the last decade of division and things bubbling up, you know. So we have to think about every blessing, even small blessings, raise your frequency. The higher your frequency, it sends that radio type, you know, like a radio signal out. It opens things up. It opens the channels. And then those higher level spirits can actually do more in your life because they know you're receptive to all the gifts they've already given you. All right? So remember this for the new year. Okay? Look for signs from your angels and guides. They send them all the time through numbers, through things that you might see that look like something else. Like, you know how people see Jesus in the clouds the Virgin Mary. Um, there's all kinds of ways you see signs. If you have an oracle deck, that's another way to get a message. Animal spirits that appear, I'm saying the spirit of a physical animal that appears in your life, but you may see an animal that you normally don't see, you know? Like I was seeing a lot of snakes last year. I don't normally see snakes, but that was like shedding the old. And, I've been through a lot of health challenges. I'm shedding the old and ready for a rebirth. So you may see, feathers, you may see foxes, you may see whatever. And all you have to do is Google spiritual meaning of whatever you see. And tell me in the comments if this helps you. I'm going to be posting, you know, soon. I had hoped to do it already. The personal numerology for everyone. I'll tell you how to calculate it. I'll do the numerology overview of what we went through last year and a heavy numerology overview of what's going to happen 2026 and a little tiny overview, all in the same video of what to expect in 2027 so that you can understand the timeline, how certain things bleed out and other things bleed in and hit their apex, and then some of the other forces are coming in before 2027, like ready to happen. So you can just see all that, how that plays in. It really is amazing. So tune in for those videos. And the cool thing is, like, let's just say your personal year might be number 3. You can also watch personal year number 2 for contrast, because that would be the year before your current year, and it will give you an idea how things shift. And then you can look at the year ahead, right? If you're, what did I say, number 3, you could look at number 4 for your personal year, where it's going to, you know? So it's really, really interesting. It's always been accurate for me. You can look past the last 9 years of your life and see how all the events of your life line up with that. So thank you, everybody. God bless you. All right. Take care. Bye.